So, the All File Club is having its main season. You might remember that I uploaded the finals of the off-season, which I won't spoil. You can go watch that video. So you probably already know if you're watching this one. But anyways, the main season started. It is Paldea Decks, not home. So only the things that are actually available in the game right now. And I'm going to do a draft breakdown today. So first of all, we start with Dengo. It's my favorite mon. I already knew I was gonna draft it from way before the draft started. If I got the opportunity, obviously. If someone stole it from me, bad luck. But it got to me, so I drafted Dengo. I had many possibilities to go with Dengo. I had the idea of Hazard Stack, I had the idea of Shadtail, I had the idea of Screens. But the first thing I decided to do with Dengo was go for Spathra. Why? Because Spathra was an amazing mon when I used it in the season, and I thought, okay, if you think about it, Goldengo and Spathra both are excellent abusers of Screens and excellent abusers of Shadtail. So maybe I can get one of those two with them. The reason why Goldengo is such an excellent abuser of them is because it can block Brick Break, Defog, Roar, all those things that usually get rid of those gimmicks. And Spathra is the best abuser because you give it a couple of returns and it sweeps your ass. So, Shadtail made it to me. As I already explained, this mon pairs excellently with Dengo. Think about it. All the weaknesses of Cyclizar are resisted by Dengo. So going from one to another with Shadtail is safer than with most mons. Also, Dengo has two weaknesses. No. Dengo has 4 weaknesses and 2 of them are resisted by Cyclizar. Fire and Ghost. Yeah, I made a little pause there to remember. The same way that you wouldn't go for a Ghost move versus Cyclizar and then Spathra comes in. So, and also you might go for a fighting move against Cyclizar and Spathra comes in. So, they pair very well, but after that I also got Grimnal. So the Spathra Grimnal combo is going back. I had it in the off-season, I have it here once again, though the two teams were very different. The other one had Gastro and Corby Knight. It was clearly more defensively oriented. This one is gimmicks the draft. The same thing that I said about resistances and going from Grimnal to Dengo applies to Cyclizar to Dengo. Also Spathra to Grimnal. All of these mons pair excellently together, and if you get Screens and a Shadtail into Spathra, the game can be over instantly. But at this point, I spent too many points trying to get these gimmicks, offensive gimmicks, but I need to be more secure. I need to get a good Terra Captain, I need to get hazards, I need to get removal besides Cyclizar, I need to get defensive mons. So first I decided to go with the Terra Captain. The reason being that in my opinion, one of the best ones in the entire league was still available, Gyarados. So Gyarados, as you know, has many good Terra types. It can get Flying Stab with Terra. It can get Ground Terra, which makes it immune to Electric and Resist Rock, which are its 2 weaknesses normally, and it gets Earthquake. It also can just use a defensive Terra, I don't know, maybe Terra Fairy to get a free Sword Dance. Not Sword Dance, Ground Dance. And of course, a mon like this is excellent at abusing Screens and at abusing Shadtail. especially with Moxie. This mon can get going just like Spatra. But let's take a small pause. Look at my team. This is not good defensively. Like, yeah, I have some defensive mons, quote unquote. But I need something that can just switch into a sweeper and not die. Like if my opponent goes for sword dance in the switch, I don't wanna die in the next turn. So, Clodsire. Clodsire, the unaware mon, also can be a water immune mon, which is good because look at my water resists, Cyclizar and Gyarados. They are not specifically meant to switch into water moves throughout the game. Clodsire can do that if I wanted to. It also gives me hazards, which they are very good with Gyarados and Dengo and Spatra because all of these mons want the opponent to be at that small chip that they need to be to die to my offensive mons. Also between screens and Shutdown, this mon can spread some toxics and get a lot of chip damage throughout the game. And now you see something. Oh wow, he has Clodsire, an excellent mon to set up hazards, but his spin blocker is Dengo, and as you know, like a lot of the rapid spinners in Paldea kill Dengo. Like you have all 3 down fans, you have a Toadstool, you have Bramblegast. I know there's others. There's a lot that can threaten Dengo. So I decided to get a second ghost. Which ghost? Well, not such a big one. Just a second thought ghost. Annihilate. I got my round 7 Annihilate, which is also an excellent abuser of screens. Like this monk can get behind screens and get going. Also, it's a stealth rocker, it's a Ultra Mon, and as I said, it's a spin blocker. It doesn't block defog like Goldengo does, but it has Defiant. So my opponent has double reason to not go for defog. Goldengo because it blocks it, and Annihilate because it has Defiant. So now, I know I said I wanted to draft my defensive core, blah blah blah, but I had to get the Annihilate because it has offensive pressure, a lot of offensive pressure throughout the game, but it also does some things defensively that I want to do. But now let's focus on defensive mons. Fortress. Fortress is removal, that I said I need more removal. It cannot just be Cyclizar as removal. So Fortress is not the most reliable removal because it lacks recovery. But still it can set hazards, it gets ball switch, which can be very useful to get in Spatra or something like that. It gets its hazards in case, imagine I don't want to run hazards on Clodsire because Clodsire sometimes needs all the moves it can get, like Toxic, Recover, Earthquake, maybe a second attack, I don't know. So Fortress can basically cover for Clodsire. It can have its back. It's another Steel type. I know I have 2 Steel types and 2 Ghost types, but still is an excellent defensive type. This mon just fit perfectly my team. So now next, I didn't mention this yet, but the Terra Captains were 2 or 3 Terra Captains, and you have to spend at most 13 points on them. So if I got Gyarados as my Terra Captain, I need to get like in first 2, get a 1-pointer or a 2-pointer and make it my Terra Captain. So I decided to get a 2-pointer. Yeah, speed ups. Why did I get speed ups? Because I wanted the webs. I have Goldengo and speed ups blocks default, and I have double ghost. So my team is excellent at blocking removal, so why not get webs? The webs options are Masquerade, which cannot be a track captain, so I would have then spent another. If I got Masquerade, which was too expensive for me to make it my track captain, then I would have to afterwards get another 1 or 2 pointer as my track captain, and my team was gonna be too bad defensively. So I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna get the speed ups. Why Terra speed ups? It can be Terra Ghost to block rapid spin, and it can. That's all it can do. Maybe it can get a Terra Bug first impression, I guess. Like, look at this attack. Sorry, I had to do a small pause. What was I saying? Alright, speed ups has very bad attack, so offensively it's not a good third captain. Also, maybe I can do something like, I don't know, make it some defensive Terra that allows it to survive some hit and get the webs up. There's people in this league that only have rapid spin as a removal, or they only have removal that loses to Dengo and Colotsire, so webs are useful, even if the money sucks completely like speed ups. So now my final real mon, because the next one is Appleton. I still had one remaining point after that I used with a random 1 pointer, but consider this the real mons in my team. So Appleton, yeah, it repeats a dragon type, but this one is a dragon type that is gonna use the fact that it's a dragon type, unlike Cycles are, defensively and offensively. It's a fire resist, it's a grass type that resists fire. That's two things that I needed. I needed a grass type, look at my team. I needed a fire resist, look at my team. Like literally, my fire resist Yara Cycles and some Terra speed ups technically. I am going to receive fire moves because I have Fortress and Dengo. So a fire resist, it can be annoying with Leech Seed. This mon doesn't abuse screens and Shedtail at all, but still, it's not gonna be bad to have an Appleton. And next is Camelot. The reasons I got Camelot, I needed a 1 pointer, and it was the best one. Why did I make speed ups my Terra Captain instead of Camelot? Because speed ups is gonna come to more than one game probably throughout the league. Camelot is probably not coming to many games. I mean, obviously, if it has a good matchup, if there's that person that is weak to fire types, I'm gonna bring it. So like, no, don't count it out. But it's not on the same league as any of my other mons. Even speed ups is way better than this Camelot for my specific draft. I'm not saying as a Pokemon, I'm saying for this specific draft. So that's the complete breakdown of my team. I will be uploading every week, and eventually playoffs, and eventually finals when I win it, because that's what's going to happen. So, goodbye.